We are continuing our discussions of conditions with conditions that use text fields as opposed to number fields. How do text comparison work? Well, first it's from left to right because it is words as opposed to the algebraic type of comparisons that you do with numbers. So as it's comparing left to right and one character differs, at that point it can determine whether the comparison is true or false. One thing that we should note is that literals, constants, embedded text must be enclosed in double quotes. Unfortunately, the software decides which kinds of double quotes to show in this PowerPoint presentation. We will point out the correct kind as we come to it. The variable names are not enclosed in quotes. We'll see some examples. Trying to figure out what goes in quotes and what doesn't presents problems for several students, and we'll try to address it early. Okay, let's start with some words and let's find out what's equal and what is not. Is part equal to party? No, because party has an extra Y. Is part equal to part? Well, probably not, because uppercase P is not the same as lowercase p. Well, which is greater? Uppercase P-A-R-T, lowercase p-a-r-t. We can't answer that right now because we don't know the relative values. If we change to a Microsoft application, Microsoft Excel, I've coded in ASCII numbers and then a function char, which says what that related ASCII number, what character it is. The last one is 112, which we see is the lowercase p, and we see that uppercase P is 80. Since 80 is less than 112, P-A-R-T greater than part, that is false. It's the other way around. Now for some practical examples. You might have an if statement in your program. If city equal Omaha. Notice how Omaha is enclosed in double quotes. It's the straight up and down quotes. It's a great hassle to get them to show up that way in PowerPoint. It insists on being grammatically correct and using the opposite facing quotes, as we will see in examples from here on out. But Omaha is a constant. It's not going to change, so it's enclosed in quotes. The software, if you're using an example in word processing or PowerPoint, it's going to show those double quotes as in this line. It's not right. When you're programming, you would code the one that is straight up and down. If you type your programming in a word processor and then cut and paste it, you will run into some problems with this. If we have an example that uses two variables, city equal convention location. Convention location is a variable name. It contains something like Omaha or Des Moines or Las Vegas. But the variable name itself is not enclosed in double quotes. It would be incorrect to code it like this: city equals double quote convention location double quote. Back to comparing a variable to a constant. Notice how we have Des Moines. A space is just another character. So since it's enclosed inside double quotes, we can have a space in the contents of the literal. In the next session, we will take a look at a visual logic example that incorporates the idea of selection structures. Come back. Here's a very simple visual logic program. We're going to have an input of city. We're going to ask, does city equal Omaha? If it does, then the price of a concert ticket is $80. There's an upcoming concert where that's true. If it's not Omaha, the price is $65. We could then output like that. Let's run the program. Remember that when we input things in Visual Logic, if you don't put it in double quotes, it yells at you, so we'll avoid that. So I did type in Omaha. It took the true side. My ticket cost is $80. Let's run it again, and this time I'll put in lowercase Omaha. Will it compare equal or not? Cost is $65. It took the false side of the condition. Now, if I wanted it to compare Omaha no matter how it was, then both what was input typed by the person and what's in the literal need to be the same case. We could do this by temporarily putting them in an upper function. Then regardless what the person types in the city variable will be temporarily changed to uppercase, and Omaha will temporarily be changed to uppercase, and then they are compared. So this time if I run it, no matter how badly I enter it, oh yes, the double quote thing. Then it's true no matter how I enter Omaha. The point is, while it looks like software does this automatically for you, it really isn't automatically. There's some programming behind there that allows you to compare mixed cases and come up equal. One last thing. This plain old 80 doesn't look that great. Let's go down and format that with another function, format currency, like that. In your Visual Basic 2005 that's coming up, they're going to use a different style of formatting. This one still works. I don't care which one you use. The important thing is that you realize it would be nice to format some output with a $sign. Another important thing is you don't put $signs on literals or when you're using variables as we are here. You don't put the formats there. Formats are reserved for output. Let's run it, and this time we'll go Lincoln. Your cost is $65, and you can see the $sign and the cent symbols. This concludes this session. In the next one, we'll take a look at conditions in Excel. In fact, it will be a nested condition.